Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for being here for another one of my videos. Today's video is something I've been debating on, touching on for a while now. Are we too comfortable of being mean online? I don't know if that's going to be the exact wording of the title. I guess I'm going to do the one that's most to the point that will get seen by more people. Now, I have a couple clips here. Since I've been on social media, because years ago, I really wasn't on social media like that. I believe I started becoming more of a social media person when I was posting my photography. Now, most of my experiences was good. Now, every once in a while, I will get some type of negative comment or something, but most of my experiences was good. Then, once I was exposed to the gender war or the things that women were complaining about men, and of course, I've heard that growing up with my mom watching Oprah and some of those talk shows. Once I've seen that there were more and more women coming online, straight, being hateful toward men and able to get away with it. There is, of course, that clip that I will not share right now where a woman on national TV on, I believe, The View came online and said that men are useless. Now, it could have been something else if she said a lot of men are useless, even though that's still pushing it, or some men are useless. Probably what she meant to say is my husband is useless, which I forget. I know I did a video about it, but on there, I believe her husband is a man of means. He does have money, but I don't know what his character is. I can only see her character by what she does when she comes online. And here is where I'm going to divide how both men and women can be abusive to the other online. Women can get away with saying hateful things toward men, but men, on the opposite, can get away with hitting women where it hurts on their looks and appearance. Pretty much with the new Supergirl, there are men coming online saying this particular thing about her.
Millie Alcock just replied to the backlash before Supergirl even hits theaters. In her interview with Vanity Fair, she addressed the criticism she's expecting from parts of the fandom, especially as a woman stepping into a major superhero role. She explained that simply existing in that space brings judgment, where people feel entitled to comment on women's bodies and choices. But instead of fighting it, Alcock made it clear she can't control the backlash, she can only stay true to herself.
Now, maybe the movie will be trash. Maybe it will bomb. I do see from the negative comments that you're getting that this movie is getting already that is probably not going to do well in the box office. But I do think this is unwarranted because, well, okay, even men get criticized of if they can play a particular role or if he fits a particular role. I don't think men get dissected as much as women when they get attacked for a role that they are performing. I understand if they're saying their acting ability, or maybe even if they are the wrong color or the hair doesn't fit the particular character that's being pinned on there or something. That I can kind of see because if you are a fan, you want to match up with the source material. But when you are attacking her looks, that has nothing to do with how she's going to play the character, that's a bit much. That would be the same as if a man's doing a role, we was to be attacked by the thing that really affects us, how other men see us, being disrespected, about being seen as a failure or a bum. If we were, this is a lot of times why a lot of people will point to Robert Downey Jr. with him overcoming the mistakes that he made in the past with being either alcoholic or either using substances. But men will say the past doesn't matter because he rose above it. He got past that particular thing. But with women, it seems if they make a misstep, especially with their sexuality, is almost no coming back, especially with men. Also with women as well, because women will use that as their weapon against other women. But especially with men. It's like no coming back with that particular thing. At the same time, women can say anything online and get away with it as well. But to stay on the thing of the sexuality, Mia Khalifa made a tearful video that I'm going to share right now.
Mia Khalifa, who is again a porn star, who has a lot of, she has some choice words on Israel attacking Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Today has been one of the hardest things to watch in a really long time on social media, and that's saying something because we've watched a genocide play out before our eyes for decades, but even more so in the last 3-4 years. 160 airstrikes in 10 minutes on residential buildings, on schools, on hospitals, on civilian infrastructure, on cemeteries with funeral processions in the midst of a ceasefire. I don't know how to reconcile my tax dollars doing this to my homeland. I feel like it's really important to get on here and to talk and to say this, but I am at such a loss for words. All I can do sometimes is reshare other people's voices who can articulate it a little bit more with a little bit more emotional separation. But what is happening? Like, we are sending people to scope out living on the moon while we bomb each other. This is dystopian. This is insane. We watched this happen before our eyes to a nation, and now we're watching it happen before our eyes blatantly and overtly to another sovereign nation. When is it enough? When will it stop? My thoughts are with everybody in Lebanon right now. My heart goes out to you. It's really, 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 I don't want to get on here and cry because I am so lucky. I'm so fortunate. But
don't, for any of you guys who feel bad about the fact that she's Lebanese and she's having a hard time seeing her country be bombed, we're going to look through this right now. She vehemently celebrated during October 7th. She was happy and proud. She hates American soldiers, by the way. She has openly called for their death for U.S. servicemen. This is a two-timing lying is what this is. And yes, I am slut shaming her specifically for being a porn star with zero brain cells. 100%. You can be a porn star. You can have political opinions. Don't share them publicly if you don't want to be, if you don't want to have your opinions made fun of. This woman would literally be beheaded by Hezbollah, and she glazes Hezbollah. And what I say is, let's send her back. She was born there. She was raised there. All of her ideals are they are antagonistic to the United States of America. She, for a lack of better terms, she's an enemy of the United States of America. She's an enemy of the state. Send her back. Deport.
Now, the guy that was responding to her pointed out that she says some negative stuff against the U.S. military and about America in general, I believe that he said, and that she should just go home. And of course, he threw out the fact that she was a peace star. Now, truthfully, the fact that she's coming online, being concerned about her people in Lebanon, which I'm pretty sure she still has family over there, even though the power that is there probably would do to her as the guy was saying, but still, she probably still has family over there. And yet, she got attacked for opening up her mouth about that particular thing. And a lot of it has to do with her sexual past, which I don't think has no place in this particular thing right here. But again, the guy does make a point. Once you bring it online, you are open up to people saying the most craziest stuff. And me, I try not to do this because I always look at it like this. Could I say it to their face? And even if I could say it to their face, would I really mean it? Is I'm just doing it for the crowd, for the views, to try to go viral, to impress the homies? Or is that really how I feel? Now, if that's really how you feel, and this has nothing to do with trying to cater to an audience or something, then fine, do whatever you want to do. But I always believe everybody has skeletons in the closet. And the same energy that you put out is going to eventually come back to you in some way, shape, or form. And then, of course, is the Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels thing. Now, Corey Holcomb made this video, and I'm going to share it right now.
You a monkey. You a monkey. husband wanted drama in the game and started trouble on the internet. Yes, you did, stupid bitch, I should quit. Oh, then y'all had a baby and another primate was born. But that's what you get. 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 All that makeup ain't hiding what is so plain to see. Bitch, you a monkey. You a monkey. Oh, makeup ain't hiding what is so plain to see. Bitch, you a monkey. You a monkey.
Yes, I have to admit, it is a little funny. But because I followed somehow it began, how it got to a point that Corey took it, well, Anton passed the boundary as well when he went online after the argument and say that I would beat the brakes off of him. And of course, I know Corey felt a certain kind of way about that. So then he low blowed, and that's the thing with comedians, they will low blow you. They will pick something out on you that will hurt and then grind the knife. Now, I always think it should be off limits, the things right there, and truthfully, I thought it was over. I was hoping with it, because usually these beefs like this will flame out about a month or so or something, but I have to admit, whenever black people get into beefs, it keeps going and going and going until someone usually gets deleted or sued, one or the other, Tupac and Biggie, or you can say Cardi B and Tasha K. That's the only way black on black crime will usually stop, is when either it's a suit or it's a deletion. It's rare that they go peacefully into the sunset. One will always keep it going. I'm pretty sure other nationalities do it, but because a lot of times we do it in media, it always seems to bubble and burst forth. But anyway, I'm going to get off that. Look, I hope both brothers eventually find peace, if not with each other, to let this go, because I think this has went on long enough. I don't know either individual. I think they're both wrong in different ways. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Then, now, women are no better because, again, as I say, they will come online and say anything. This one woman made some videos, which I'd never heard of her before. Again, I try not to get exposed to too much toxic woman, man bashing, hating video content stuff, because otherwise it will influence me. I'm glad that I do know some kind women that have been good to me, so that way I can't come online and say all women are this or that. I don't know how they would be in a relationship though, but as far as being good human beings, I know quite a few women that are decent and good, plus I know some that are in good relationships. Hopefully it lasts forever. But anyway, or as long as they live. In this woman's case,
men are not enraged by any of this because they identify more with the accused than the accuser. Men immediately, when they hear the content of these files, they identify more with being a predator than being a prey. And that's not to say that all men have sexually assaulted women, that all men have abused women. Culture and the abuse that is built into the patriarchy, built into the system that they all benefit from, is inescapable. With men's addiction to, they're contributing into the system. They are taking advantage of women who have been trafficked. They are taking advantage of women who are being exploited. They identify more with Jeffrey Epstein than they identify with the victims on the island. So that's why they're not enraged.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married. I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. Gag is, I still don't agree with the institution of marriage, but in those videos, I made caveats. Under certain circumstances, like if you plan on having children, if you plan on living together, if you plan on buying property together, those are the situations where marriage does make sense. I don't think you should feel like getting marriage is a milestone that you must make in your life to feel like an accomplished person. I don't think it's an accomplishment. I don't think as women you should feel pressured to get married, because when women are pressured to get married, they end up in bad situations. I'm in a good situation, and I cannot tell you all of the details of the situation I'm in, because now the situation I'm in involves another person. So I have to maintain privacy around my relationship, and I will be even more stringent about that going forward. I owe it to my partner, who does not have any kind of presence online at all, to protect our privacy as a couple. I am in a good situation. I'm with someone who is fantastic, and I'm in a good situation. Again, I cannot give you all the details of the situation that I'm in.
So this woman, which obviously I always give credit regardless of whether I agree with him or not, is one of the foremost people on social media that has been a huge advocate against women getting married, decentering men, talking about how bad men are, as example, as illustrated in the first video that I showed you guys. And so now all of the women are absolutely upset. I mean, borderline seething, because she's a hypocrite. And so the thing that she's been telling other people not to do is the exact thing that she did. Some women are over here saying that she did it in less than 9 months, as far as meeting the person and then the gateway over into marriage. And so now she's trying to save face by creating this video and then save her social media presence.
Men are not enraged by any of this because.
And of course, Anton Daniels took and added his commentary. I was going to get the original video, but I think he put the before video of how she was talking about how men be behaving, and then the other video. And pretty much from what his content was saying, most of her stuff was, women don't get married. It's not worth it. All these men are trash. They're all pedophiles, etc., etc. Okay? But yet, she meets a man, and then she's about to get married. Now, the thing is, a lot of men will answer, who is marrying her? He's a simp. He's a beta. She said that he has no social media presence. So that tells me he's not even on social media. I think if I meet a woman that is my type and she's not on social media, I may do the unthinkable and marry again, because I believe social media ruins relationships most of the time. It's either with men that might be either entertaining other women or either watching P-Hub or something, therefore making the woman uncomfortable, and with the woman sharing their personal business online, sharing too much of what goes on in their relationship. Now, I will give her one thing, that she has more awareness than most women being on social media. She realizes to keep her relationship private and to keep other people out of it so that she won't have issues later. Now, with that, I do agree with. She gets that point. And the fact that he's not on social media, he has no idea who this woman is. He happened to meet this woman that was probably acting a different way. And this is why I do think you should judge people by their social media. Now, I definitely will tell men, judge her by her social media. What she is posting, what she is liking, dig deeper if you can. Find out what comment section she is in and what she is saying. Is she saying a lot of man hate type of stuff? Now, this woman has been making this type of stuff. If he has seen her video, he probably would have dodged her, as he should. Now, the thing is, she met him. I don't know the fact that she's been posting this man hate or her issues with men is going to eventually affect her relationship. Because is she on her best behavior right now? Is she on her honeymoon phase, where is the bait and switch in play until they get married or have a kid? That is the thing, especially when the woman is putting out all this man hate energy and how she don't really care for men, yet she gets a man, because eventually you're going to meet somebody that you like, unless if you are into the same gender. You're going to get somebody, you're going to meet somebody that you like, and then you're going to hide this part of yourself from that person. But eventually, especially if you've been doing it for a while, is going to come out and they're going to see who you really are. And of course, you can always play victim. Well, see, and that's I don't know, I guess it balances out on social media because women can get away with things and men can get away with certain things online. But I do think we should be nicer to each other, and not for them, not for the other people. I know a lot of people say that people should have thicker skin, and I do think this is why it has tilted in that direction that a lot of people are easily offended, because the people that has been offending has got away with so much stuff that now is like curb your enthusiasm. Now, of course, though, it went too far the other way, whereas if you say anything and the person may be a little overly sensitive or either misinterpret what you say, then it can be blasted out of proportion. But with all those examples that I picked right there, the people got way too much out of control. Then later, they want to get with somebody, get in a relationship, date someone. But if that person has really been paying attention, people will say that that's just an act or that's just my stage name or something. But I do believe the personality that you are putting online is a person that always does a role in acting. That is a part of you. Okay, that is the part, especially if you're doing the same role. Like if you're doing a bunch of different roles like some actors do, then okay, maybe that may not apply to you. But if you are always an asshole, or if you are always a sweetheart, if you're always a certain type of person online, maybe that's not your total personality, because everybody has a side. Everybody has a good side or a bad side. If you get with somebody that's been a demon online, but they act like a sweetheart for you, eventually you're going to see that person that they've been acting out online. And that's why if I know a woman is real negative online, saying crazy stuff, and especially if it seems like they don't like men, the same way that women will get on men that don't like LGBT or something like that, I'm the same way if a woman is like that with men. In her comments, look, you can pick out random videos of mine, 5 videos of mine, even probably 1, but I would say at least watch a couple. You will see I don't hate women. I don't hate LGBT. I don't have race problems like all white people are this or all Hispanic people are that. Now, I do have to admit I have issues with my own people though, and it's only because I expect better of them. I want them to be better instead of trying to stay in the gutter.
Republican or Democrat?
This isn't political at all.
Oh, it's not? I gotta know who you are.
A nigga that be fucking bitches and getting money, gang. You feel me? Like, tell you shit.
Why are you gonna say nigger? You're not a nigger. You're not a nigger. You're a person.
So, anyway, that's all I have to say about this. Can we be a little kinder to each other, at least for a month? At least you guys chill out and stop, because everybody has feelings, okay? That includes the people that maybe they're crying online one day, but yet on another day, they are demonizing and cursing a person out, okay? Can we cease fire and have more love for people online, if possible? Anyway, give me a like and subscribe and have a good night.
Bullying 18-year-olds on your show is like a good look for you. Eileen Gu and Amber Glenn are the names on everyone's lips right now, following their triumphant stint at the 2026 Winter Olympics. 22-year-old Eileen Gu is the most decorated female freestyle skier in Winter Olympic history. This year was no different, with Eileen securing a gold and 2 silver medals. Off the slopes, Eileen is also a model. Signed to IMG Models, she has graced Sports Illustrated swimsuit and modeled for the likes of Louis Vuitton, Victoria's Secret, Fendi, and Gucci, just to name a few.
This is spring/summer 2017.
Okay.
So I was literally 13 years old.
She's also big on social media, with nearly 1 million followers. She shows her life as a professional athlete, and even gave a glimpse into her grueling Olympic training regime. Eileen is Chinese American, and in the 2022 Beijing Olympics, she made the decision to compete for China, not America.
Being Chinese and growing up in the US has for so long been a massive much part of who I am and something I'm so proud of.
The decision garnered her a lot of backlash, so much so that the athlete alleges she was physically assaulted on the street and claimed she has had death threats. Tucker Carlson famously called her out for her decision to compete for China, too.
She has one parent who was born in China, and she switched sides despite the fact she's American.
And Eileen clapped back.
I felt really angry. I was like, who are you to get to go online with this big platform and you don't even get, at least invite me for a date.
Yep.
Let me come defend myself.
But when it comes to online backlash, Eileen has learned to brush it off.
They're not me, and they'll never be me, and they've never lived my life. They've never experienced the things that I experienced. Bullying 18-year-olds on your show is like a good look for you.
I'm glad we were brought together, Del.
So what happens now? We both walk off in separate directions and pretend like this never happened.
I don't think you can. There's still conflict in you.
Of course there's conflict in me. I'm not blind. I know what the Empire is capable of, but what else is there?
A choice?
The rebellion?
No. A choice to be better. May the Force be with you.